2004 Chevy Silverado 1500, 4.3 engine size, and customer complaint is overnight the battery get drained. Next day he doesn't start the vehicle, or if he goes to work and he leave it in the morning, at the end of the day it doesn't start anymore. So I'm gonna go through the history here. He was telling me he has taken this vehicle 3 times to the dealer, and then 2 times they said they couldn't duplicate the problem, and the 3rd time they told him, 4th time. The 3rd time they said the starter was bad, they could change the starter, but that may not be the only problem, so they needed to start replacing the starter, and that could fix the problem, but they didn't warranty that. And he said, yeah, go ahead and do it. So they replaced the starter, and now he's here. He's out of the vehicle right now. And why? So this is the one the dealer put. I installed this vehicle, and then he said the next day the vehicle didn't start. So he called the dealer, and they say bring it over, and we need you to leave us for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, until we can duplicate that one. And the customer said, you know, he took it to the dealer, and the dealer basically, they said they couldn't duplicate the fault. So he took it out of the dealer, and because every morning he had to jump it, so he took it to O'Reilly, and this guy said at O'Reilly, we have a starter. So he replaced another starter with this Remy. So this is the Remy is on the vehicle right now, and someone removed this one because they did diagnostic here, supposedly at O'Reilly. They said it was the starter motor, so they removed a brand new AC Delco from the dealer, and they put a Remy, which he had the same issue. So this customer came to me, and I told him I needed to do diagnostic on this thing, and there we go, there we are here. Okay, so with this history, you know, from the very beginning, we don't have a problem with the starter. You know, we may have problem with the battery or parasitic draw. And you know, I don't want to punch on the dealer, but what I wanted to say about that is, you know, like they don't have enough people trained there. They got no training. They don't have people, you know, at the dealer. They don't want to pay. That is why. So they are getting the technician that are accepting the salary they wanted to pay. You know, when I went to a dealer, you know, 3 local dealers who was looking for a job like about a year ago, and they were asking me, how much do you want to get paid? And I told them, and they are like, oh no, we can't make that here. Okay. And then they asked me, okay, what titles do you have? So I went like, yeah, I'm master certified technician 1289. I got a diesel certification, you know. I have L1 advanced engine diagnostic specialist, and I have, you know, brake and lamp inspection, 2 license there. I have a small license, and they're like, you know, that's just to show the customer, you know, you have those, but basically what paid for it is fixing the vehicle. So they were offering me to pay me about half of the price I'm getting paid at the shop where I'm working right now, an independent shop. Imagine that. I told the guy, you know, who's gonna accept that one? I do side jobs, and I told the guy, doing side jobs, I can make in 2 days, I can make that money you're offering me working on Honda, Toyota, Nissan, any vehicle, easy, and I can rest the rest of the week, you know. He told me, oh, don't get upset, this is what I can offer you. No, I'm not upset, you know, but I kind of understand now where is that coming, the reputation of the dealers. I just wanted to give you the piece of information, but I'm basically not trying to say, you know, that the technician at the dealer, they're not pay fair, and they are really messed up, you know, system. However, we're gonna go through this one, and gonna see, check here, gonna crank it. Oh, that's what we get. Okay, we can duplicate it now. Now we're gonna connect the voltmeter and check what voltage do we have on the battery right now. Okay, I'm gonna be explaining a little bit here because we're gonna be using Ohm's law, voltage, amperage, and resistance. So basically, what's gonna happen is, for that people who doesn't understand the equation there or the tree, I'm gonna try to explain it a little bit like in one way. Think about a gardening hose where you have at the end a nozzle, but you already have pressure, but you got no circulating that one until you press at the end of the nozzle is when the water come out. So this is the same thing, you know. Here, if we have an electrical load that is we having power on, it won't be circulating any amps. So voltage will be, amperage will be equal to the amount of water we have inside that hose. And what do we need for that one to push them? We need pressure, which is gonna be voltage. Okay, so we're gonna say on this hose we have water inside. The hose is the thickness of the hose is depend how much the volume of the water or the amperage it can go through that one. You know, the thicker, the more amperage, the more volume can go on it. So we're gonna say at this moment we press on the end of the nozzle, and now the water starts circulating. What we needed there, the water will be equal to amperage circulating through, moving. What do we need for those amperage to move? Pressure, 12 psi of pressure, equal to, we're gonna say 12 volts. 12 volts pushing those amperage through, and now the load, the one is absorbing that one, will have to have some voltage drop, because any load that is absorbing is on, gotta have a voltage drop, minimum or something, but there is a voltage drop. That is where we have resistance, amperage, and all of that. So we're gonna be applying this one because I will be showing two methods on this one. One is gonna be quicker to find this problem with an APROVECHA clamp, but not everybody has that one. And the second method will be with a voltmeter set up on the amps mode, and then we're gonna find it that way. Both are effective, but one is way quicker. And then now we're finding because I'm thinking this truck is gonna have a parasitic draw. Okay, that is what is in my mind right now. Okay, now we're gonna prove it to do that. So then, without disturbing the system, I wanted to put an amp clamp and find out the problem and go to each fuse and see what fuse has a voltage drop. But the precondition gotta be met at least 45 minutes minimum after everything went to sleep. The computer and everything should be off right now. That is the criteria minimum to be effective, and you gotta be prepared for that. The first thing we gotta do is open the door, latch the door, and have the hood open, get access to all the fuses. But we don't want to power up anything after that one. And then if on the hood we have a light, disconnect the light on the door lock, latch that one, like lock it, so that way you can come in and out to check fuses. Okay, so next step right now is gonna be go and check the voltage while I'm cranking. So I'm connected there at the battery, and we'll have 7.9 volts. We crank it. See, this is nothing. 7 volts can't move anything. Probably next step is gonna be put a jumper on it. As we can see here, this is already charging, the system is charging, and then the vehicle is basically, you know, it's charging. So I'll turn off the vehicle. Yeah, we see it's starting pretty good, like in 3-5 minutes charging the system. So the next step is preparing this one for Parasitic draw test, which is gonna be locking the door. You gotta come down here to the door and lock it here. So basically pressing here, and so that way we trick the switch and we tell the door is closed to have access to the fuses we have here, and also the other fuses we have under the hood. And if we had a light here, this hood doesn't have a light, but if we had, we could unplug that one. Then now we're gonna be working here on the fuse boxes, fuse box and battery here connectors, and meet the precondition. You know, after 45 minutes, we're gonna be checking for Parasitic draw. I will be checking the two methods. I will be showing one way right now. It's gonna be with the APROVECHA connected. So as we can see here, we have about 240 milliamps. So I have set up this one on the 40 amp mode here for the amp lamp, and I already waited like 20 minutes, I think, or something like that, and it haven't changed there. So that's kind of solid. Wanted to show how much amperage that one is drawing, and then I will be showing how to do it without removing all the fuses. So because that's the waste of time. That was the old days when we were doing something like that. So I will be showing that right now. It's gonna be doing the voltage drop test on every fuse, and whatever any fuse that has a voltage drop test, that is gonna be the one. It's gonna be drawing on current. Let me change the camera angle here. Gotta put it to the fuse box now, and I'll show you fuses. When you do this, you gotta check all the fuses. Okay, no, inside too and outside. Okay, hope that one stays there. Go a little bit here. I think it's moving the camera. Let me adjust it. Okay, so I got the voltmeter here. Gonna kind of auto calibrate this one. Touch those together and see the number gotta be 0. Okay. Now gonna touch fuse by fuse, both ends here. Okay, see, that's the 0. Let me take this one out of the way. Make sure you make a good contact and you're getting in order, like here and here. See, all of them like this, quickly. 0. We're not looking for any like a specification here or something like that. So the one is drawing amperage, the one makes the difference. That's gonna be a problem there. Look at this here. Make sure you make a good contact. Okay, I checked all of them already, inside and outside the vehicle. I only found one right now is drawing amps. Is this one? I think it's this one, I believe. Let me see, is this one? Nope, I think it's this one then. You see, 120 millivolts. 120 millivolts. Put this one here so you can see this is very solid. So that way you can see here. MV on the bottom, millivolts. Okay. So this is the one we have an issue here. Okay, gonna proceed to the next step, and I'll show you what happened. You know, we will remove this fuse to prove you what's gonna happen here. Look at that one here. This is the spec is less than 50 millivolts. We have about 280 there. Because the light here is wanted to see it on the spot where, right there, about 240, 60 or something like that. Let me pull out the fuse and then you will be able to see it when I pull this fuse out. Okay, I'm coming to remove this fuse. Okay, fuse is out. You can see, still kind of auto adjusting. That one is about 120 or something like that. However, you know, I haven't waited still the right amount of time for this vehicle. Like it's about 45 minutes. So I cannot say right now that, you know, like I have another issue since I haven't waited for all computer to go to sleep. But I'll show that a little bit later with the other method. I just wanted to show this method. You can see 150, something like that. So I'll put it back the fuse. See what happened. See, almost the same thing we had it before, like 280. This is using the APROVECHA. I'm gonna show the other method, which will be using the voltmeter on DC voltage, and then that's gonna be one volt equal to 1 amp. Okay, we're gonna go ahead to the next showing the next step, but as I said, I didn't wait enough for this one to make the decision, but on the second step I will do it, because I want to show, you know, prove it, the vehicle is fixed, what is causing the draw, what is that fuse for, and all of that. Okay, let me after waiting for a little bit, you know, I got plugged in here the fuse right now, the one where the circuit where we have the draw. It's hard with the sun here, you know, the shade. Let me see if I can give it to the screen here, that way you can see it. Right there, probably. Okay, so you can see there about 200 and something. Let me remove the fuse where we have the draw. Boom. See, you get there like about 30 millivolts. Nice, that's what we wanted. Okay, the next step is gonna be disconnecting the battery, either one, positive or negative, it doesn't matter which one it is. In this case I will be doing the positive side. I will be disconnecting this, and then we're gonna use the voltmeter here, regular voltmeter, and we're gonna hook up on the common ground here, and then on the amp mode here, because right here we have for the voltage, temperature, whatever we have, but right here we're gonna be using on amps, and then we gotta set up this one here to amp mode. Maximum this one is about 10 amps, I believe. And then I'm gonna be showing right now the connection here. Disconnect the battery. One end of this one is gonna go to the battery, and the other end to the cable. Okay, as we can see here, the connection, one end is to post the cable and the other one is to the battery here. The yellow I have is connected to the battery positive cable, the post, and then I got my voltmeter here connected to, we're gonna go here and set it up. We got set it up here on amp, common ground, and set it up on amp now. So we have about 197 milliamps. Okay, so I already waited a lot of time for this, so then this is just to prove and show, you know. But usually you gotta wait. Remember, you gotta wait about 45 minutes that the manufacturer say to make sure this is an accurate test. Okay, let me remove this fuse. This is the fuse. We got the issue here. 197. See, solid 11 milliamps. So plug it back. 97. Remove it. 11. Okay, that's the issue there. Now we gotta trace this circuit. What is this for? What is this fuse powering up? How many components is this powering up? And then start, you know, we're gonna say this fuse is jumping, is this fuse is powering up 4 loads. Well, example, you know, like radio. It will be like this is an example. This is no, I don't know what this fuse is jet for. But I'm just giving an example. Radio, the per solenoid, kind of stuff like that. So if we have 4 stuff connected on this, we're gonna start disconnecting one by one and make it to see when this one drops. So when that one drops, you know, with this one connected like this, and then we start unplugging components and see which one is the one is causing the draw. Okay, that's gonna be the next step. So this is the fuse, the one is causing the draw. This one here. So as we can see, we're close to this stud here, and there is a 110 amp here and an empty spot here. So nice GM, they provided him the fuse packs, you know, good drawing. What are those for? As we can see here, this is like a stud there, 10 amp fuse, empty spot, and this is the one we're having issue here. IPC, DIC, instrument panel cluster. DIC, I don't know what that means, but this one is instrument panel cluster. So this is gonna be the the cluster, and we're gonna check on the wiring diagram, power distribution. The power and distribution, what is this fuse fitting to, how many components, and then go from there. Okay, at this point we're gonna start checking for the wiring diagram on the 2004 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. I'm gonna go and repair wiring diagrams on Mitchell 1500 and power distribution. Basically, let me see first instrument cluster. And I wanted to see how many the powers are coming into that one. There are 2 powers coming in. Okay, 2 powers. One is gonna be a constant power, and the other one is gonna be when the ignition switch on. You can see this one say battery and this one say ignition. So okay, we don't have a problem on this circuit here because this is hot in run on the hot in run position or start. So with the key off is the one we have the problem, is this one right here. Okay, so now we're gonna go close this one. We're gonna go to a power distribution center. Power and distribution 4.3 being X. A tip for those, what is the being X? Usually they count on the 8th character of the being number. So the being number is being 16 digit numbers, so the 8th digit is normally the one they call X. On this case is the 8th character, it has to be an X, or they're gonna have another sometime. Okay, so we're looking for here is a IPC fuse. Okay, I don't see it here. We're gonna go to the next diagram and see how many components is that fuse powering up. Now right here, I don't see it here. Right here, this is the one. As we can see, this fuse is only powering up only that one, so nice. So at this point we gotta go to the instrument cluster and unplug it and find out, you know, if this is the unplugging it, boom, we're done, if the draw goes away. But for doing that I gotta request more time, because so if we go to the estimator, we gotta remove the instrument cluster for that one. Body electrical gauges, instrument cluster, remove and replace. Instrument cluster is about 1.3 labor, remove and replace. Be careful with this. You see here it says includes programming, so that means we have to program this. So it's not just getting one of the junkyard and plug it in and go. This one gotta be programmed for mileage, and some newer vehicles they don't start if something is not programmed. So at this point I gotta go and remove the instrument cluster, request for more time, 1.3, to remove the cluster and confirm the repair, you know, with that. Hope that helps someone, and then it's gonna be the end. I'll let you know what I found. I'll give you another tip here, you know. Because I see this over and over, because I have a smoke license, inspector and repair license, and then I see over and over some shops, a smoke technician failed for checking engine light not illuminating on other shops. So look at this here, check engine light came on, and all the gauges, everything is working. There's a calibration there for the HVAC unit, the one is making that noise. Okay, so normally on any other vehicle which is not GM, when you do this, you should see the checking light illuminated there. Start and go off. But it's not GM case, you know. GMs, what it does is they don't tell you this, you know, even the engineer description operation of the checking light on. For GM, after you have been running the engine, you gotta hold it here about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I open the switch and the checking light illuminated. And some shops, they fail the vehicles because checking light didn't illuminate. Over the years experience is that what helped you with this, because look, 1, 2, 3, still doesn't illuminate. It's about 10 seconds and they fail for checking light not illuminating. So I just wanted to give you that tip, you know, for whoever owns this GM, and is in case someone fails, that, you know, you gotta know about waiting those 10 seconds. Okay, that way the checking light illuminates. Well, in all cases, as we can see, everything is working here on the instrument cluster, all the gauges, everything works. But the only problem we have is this is drawing the amps. I don't know if this one is the one is drawing the amp or something else. However, at this point I gotta remove, you know, the instrument cluster and see if this is the one is causing the draw, the parasitic draw.